If you've just jumped onto this video and you haven't heard about the BYD EA1 before, or you don't know much about it, make sure you check out my videos of the BYD EA1 in the description below. I announce when the cars will be released in different countries around the world and more details about them and about how they'll be released as well. Hello my friends, my name is Sam Evans and you're watching The Electric Viking. I hope you like the name change. It was inspired by a watcher who suggested I look like a Viking. I'll take it. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so to get notifications in your feed about EVs. Now, we make about 2 videos a day about batteries, EVs, renewable energy, stocks, and where the market is heading for massive disruption over the next decade. I'm telling you now, a huge amount of wealth is going to go from here to here, and hopefully you can be here. BYD is doing some amazing things in the market. They tripled their car sales in May versus the same month last year, and 71% of those sales were plug-in electric vehicles. 71%. Now, BYD is on board with being full EV 100% by 2030, but I think it'll happen by 2025 just through natural market forces. Obviously, the EV market is at 10%, in fact, almost 11% penetration in China. And by 2025, that figure will probably be more like 60 to 70%. Now, why do I say that? Well, one reason is the BYD EA1, or what now BYD are calling the Dolphin. I prefer EA1. What are your thoughts? Dolphin, EA1? Anyway, it doesn't matter. The EA1 is going to be a car that will dramatically change the automotive landscape, not just in China, but all around the world, because the EA1 will be priced at a directly comparable price to its petrol-powered counterparts. However, it's not really directly comparable because EVs last far longer than petrol or diesel vehicles. That's a fact, especially the fact that this new compact hatch is a similar size to a Toyota Corolla, and yet it will last much, much longer. Yes, it will. That's true. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's irrelevant. It's a fact. The BYD Blade battery, lithium iron phosphate battery, will last for at least 1 million kilometers. And the crazy thing is, costs of energy are only going to decline over that period of time, whereas the cost of diesel and petrol will increase. So running costs are already far cheaper for an EV, and they will only become cheaper. So what that will mean is when you go and buy your BYD EA1, you will save a shit ton of money versus somebody who purchased a Toyota Corolla with all its many petrol issues and the fact that basically it's a cancer stick. It is. Sorry guys, if you didn't know this already, but petrol and diesel cars actually cause cancer. And if you're sucking in their fumes all day, it will harm you physically. If you're sitting around someone smoking a cigarette all day, it will harm you physically. It's not actually all that different. Whether you don't want to believe it or not, that is true. So, details about BYD over the last month. Well, BYD achieved its best result in 29 months, coming second only to its all-time record in December 2018. Well, that means they're up 200% year over year, and it's the highest result in about 29 months and the second highest monthly result ever for BYD. So, what's happening with the BYD EA1 and what are the specifications and the size? Well, honestly, there's one thing about this that I find very, very interesting and very, very smart. And it's another huge advantage that EVs have over petrol cars, and that is its packaging. Now, the EA1 will be just over 4 meters long, 1.77 meters wide, and 1.57 meters high, with a wheelbase of 2.7 meters. So the wheelbase is very long for this overall size of the vehicle. What that means is, in addition to having no transmission tunnel, no engine in the front, you get a lot more interior space. Now, for one thing, it's almost a certainty that the BYD EA1 or the Dolphin will have a bigger boot than the Toyota Corolla. The Toyota Corolla has a 217-litre boot, which is the smallest boot of any hatchback in the world in its class. It's minuscule. Now, for comparison's sake, the Toyota Corolla is 1.435 meters high, 4.375 meters long. It's longer than the BYD EA1. 1.8 meters in width and it has a 2.64 meter wheelbase. So it has a significantly shorter wheelbase than the EA1, which is actually a significantly shorter car by almost 30 centimeters shorter. However, you can see by the wheelbase and the dimensions of the vehicle, the BYD EA1 will actually have more interior space. Of course, there'll be no transmission tunnel as well. And of course, there's no engine in the front. So BYD are able to shorten the bonnet to make more interior space. So what's going to happen, what this means is you're getting a smaller car, which is in fact bigger. Yes, this is very important. The packaging of a car really matters. Some cars look enormous from the outside. You get on the inside and you wonder why they appear so small because of the packaging. One advantage of EVs is smart packaging, smaller bonnet, longer wheelbase, more interior size. Now, other facts about the EA1 which will be really important for buyers are the fact that it comes with 800-volt charging architecture. Now, we don't know exactly what the charging rate will be at this point. Word is that it will charge at a similar rate to a Tesla at around 250 kilowatt, which is really, really good. Most hatches in this segment charge at between 30 kilowatt to around about 80. So it's clearly class leading for the segment, and that comes down to its 800-volt architecture. Now, at BYD's presentation at the Auto Shanghai car show, BYD promised enormous driving performance and range with regard to the platform with torque of more than 1,000 kilometers and maximum acceleration from 0 to 100 in just 2.9 seconds. Now, all the journalists worldwide have completely taken this out of context, decided to put that information onto the EA1 when it was never the case. There's clickbait videos on YouTube saying that the EA1 or the Dolphin will do 0 to 100 in 2.9 seconds. It won't. They were talking about the Han and the Tang. They weren't talking about the EA1. Now, journalists know this, but they want you to click, they want you to read, they want you to get excited. So they're willing to talk anything to you. One thing about this channel is I don't bullshit and I don't lie. I don't tell you stories just to sell videos. The truth is it's not going to do 2.9 seconds. However, the fast hot hatchback version of the car should do under 5 seconds, 0 to 100, which is about as quick as a Volkswagen Golf R. Now, personally, I'd much prefer a fast hot hatch electric BYD EA1 than what I would a Golf R, because to be honest, petrol cars, they get old really quickly. They do. Electric cars, on the other hand, well, you be the judge. Now, what else is good about this car? Well, this will actually be the first car that will have BYD's new E-Platform 3.0. Here is what BYD had to say about its new electric platform 3.0. With regards to efficiency, the E-Platform 3.0's key modules are smaller, lighter, stronger, and lower energy consumption. It is equipped with a new heat pump technology as standard and a newly upgraded 8-in-1 module for the drive system, allowing overall efficiency to exceed 89%. An electric vehicle equipped with the E-Platform 3.0 takes just 2.9 seconds to go from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour with a comprehensive cruising range of up to 1,000 kilometers depending on the model. With 800-volt fast charging technology, an electric vehicle can be charged for just 5 minutes to give it a range of 150 kilometers, while power consumption per 100 kilometers is reduced by 10%, and the cruising range is 10% longer in winter. In terms of safety, the ultra-safe blade battery is the standard configuration of the E-Platform 3.0, and it vastly improves the integrity of pure EVs as one of the industry's safest power batteries. This is also integrated into the vehicle's structural design, doubling the torsional stiffness of the body. When it comes to aesthetics, the E-Platform 3.0 models redefine the design aesthetics of vehicles with shorter front overhangs, wider wheelbase, lower center of gravity, more space, sense of movement and dynamics, as well as a drag coefficient as low as 0.21. The EA1, or the Dolphin, will be the first model of BYD's all brand new E-product series. It's designed by BYD's global design director, Wolfgang Egger, and is the first model to adapt marine design concepts and a new logo, aiming to create a free, unique, and joyful way of travel for young urbanites. Now, to confirm vehicle specifications, length is 4.070 or 4.125 depending on model. I would say that it's just dependent upon bumper sizes. Wheelbase is 2.74, width is 1.770, height 1.570, gross vehicle weight is 1,780 kilos with passengers and cargo. Curb weight is 1,405 kilo, around about the same as a Toyota Corolla. Motor is a 35 kilowatt constant or 70 kilowatt peak motor, the same as used in the T3 van. Max speed is 150 kilometers an hour, and the battery is the lithium-ion blade battery, iron phosphate. Now, BYD usually makes its cars available with 3 different battery options, so you can expect that very soon we'll find out what all 3 models are of this car. Now, I believe this is the base model specification, and BYD will release the middle range and top range models very soon. And this new platform is really kind of BYD's new skateboard, which enables them to do over-the-air updates and basically give you the latest technology that BYD has been working on and that Toyota will be using in their new EV next year in 2022. So exciting times. Now, what's the best news? Well, the best news is that the base model will actually have, and very few people have been reporting on this, but it will actually have a 70 kilowatt motor. So the same motor, the same electric motor as is in the T3 van, and I believe the same battery pack, which is a 45 kilowatt hour battery pack, which should give this vehicle probably around about a real world driving range of around 400 kilometers. Remember though, this is the base model and will probably cost under 30,000 Australian dollars or around about 23,000 US dollars. You heard that right. This car is a game changer. Now guys, I know you think I say game changer too often, but it clearly is. Tell me another car for this price that's going to be on the market in 2022. There isn't one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.